In late July, you may recall that a group of poets headed out to San Francisco in the Golden State competing in the Brave New Voices event. Team Guahan did extremely well, we're proud to say, and here to give us a recap is their leader, Melvin Won Pat Borja, a very accomplished spoken word poet in his own right. Mel, welcome back. Man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, always good to have you here, an honor. So tell us a little bit about Brave New Voices. You know, we talked with yourself and one of your students that competed in there, months ago and everything like that. So how was Guam received, and how did Team Guahan do, and what did the experience mean for them?
Well, Brave New Voices, first of all, it's an annual festival put together by Youth Speaks, which is a nonprofit spoken word literary program operated out of the Bay Area. Every year they put this festival together, which basically gathers like 500 of the best youth poets from around the country and some international teams as well. And it's 50 competing teams. All the teams come in from different parts of the country. There are teams from, there's a team from Leeds, Trinidad and Tobago, and Guam is somehow considered an international team also, but it's basically the best youth poets from around the country in this all-out competition. The competition is just a part of the festival. There's also a lot of educational opportunities for the kids and different, writing workshops, performance workshops, and other opportunities to meet some accomplished writers. So, we did pretty well out there. The reception was really good. I mean, I think that it's always it's kind of a novelty to have a team from Guam come out. I think that a lot of people, don't really know anything about Guam at all. And so having a team come out and being able to meet people from Guam is like, it's like a big deal for the competing poets and a lot of the organizers. So, we got a really warm reception there. A lot of people were just happy to see us there. Happy to see that we made it out again.
And then we did so well, so they never see us coming.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one of the benefits of flying under the radar, I guess. Is that nobody ever really knows, what you're bringing to the table. It's kind of hard to scout a team from Guam. So
now, as you've demonstrated in your own poetry, and as you've taught down to your students, and the people that have embraced this type of medium, so much of the art is focused on the delivery of what you've written and how you project that and how you hopefully try and pass your message with conviction to the audience and everything like that. What do you think Guam's poets took away from interacting with their peers and seeing people from other parts of the country, maybe other ethnic groups, and the way they delivered, and how did Guam contribute to the practice?
I think that I always say that that Brave New Voices, taking a poet to Brave New Voices is like it's like putting your ability on steroids, you know what I mean? It's like bumping up your skill because you're competing with people who are operating at such a high caliber. I mean, these poets are really amazing artists. I mean, I've coached several BNV teams, and I've seen young poets competing in the youth competition at BNV, and the very next year they go right on into the adult scene, and they do really well there. So I mean, the caliber of poetry that you'll see there is really phenomenal. And so, I think it was just being there for our young people was, I think, beneficial, just to see, what other people are doing. But it's also a great experience for them to understand that there's a lot of folks who are doing this kind of work around the world and around the country. And so, I think that for, here on Guam, the spoken word scene really is just the baby. And so, a lot of our kids that are, involved in this movement really are, in a sense, pioneers of the movement here. And so it's, it's good for them to be in an environment where, the art is thriving and people are really dedicated and motivated and, doing well in their respective areas. And so, seeing that and being a part of that, I think is something that always benefits the kids in a positive way. I can definitely say that our kids have a really unique spin on it, and I think that it's
in what way? Like what voice do they speak with, and because when people that have witnessed your own poetry, you use a voice that's sometimes comical, sometimes very sarcastic, sometimes very angry. So what is Guam's voice, generally speaking?
I think that the beautiful thing about our poets here is that, because the scene is so small now, and because it's in its infantile stages, it's really fresh and it's really it's unadulterated. You know what I mean? It's pure in that sense. And so our kids are kind of creating this art or really organically, you know what I mean? And they're coming up with, you know, concepts and ideas and delivery styles that are purely their own. You know, a lot of times, you know, poets will, you know, artists in general, you know, will, you know, learn by imitation, you know, and so, you know, not to say that our kids don't do that, but they don't do it as much because they don't really have the opportunity to. You know, there's only so much exposure that they have here on Guam, and so, you know, when they create their art, it's really, I mean, it's just so, you know, it's so unique in the sense that, you know, it's something different. It's a different way to look at it. It's a different way to deliver. It's a different way to understand it.
Okay.
And I think it means something different to our kids. You know what I mean? This is something that is so new to them, and it's so fresh that, you know, they just kind of embrace it for what it is and run with it. And it's, you know, I think that a lot of people really saw that aspect of our team and saw that that vibrant energy. You know what I mean? That excitement and enthusiasm.
Okay.
And that's what I think our poets bring to the table.
All right, well, Mel, thanks so much, and congratulations again on all your success.
Thank
we
you.
can't wait to see how spoken word continues to foster on Guam.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, thanks so much. KU News Extra continues right after this.